First of all, it's famous for being able to deal with any kind of road surface. It's the 2010 Subaru Outback.
All right, today is the 2010 Subaru Outback. This vehicle is outstanding. We're talking about the fourth generation of the favorite of skiers and outdoor enthusiasts all over America. Now with this new design, the fourth in its generation, 15 years they've been making Subaru sports utility wagons, and they've come up with a real winner this time around. We'll take a look at the bold, aggressive outside design, some of the new technologies and fun stuff on the inside, and the combinations of a CVT transmission and that boxer engine under the hood. Michael Riddick is back from Subaru. Michael, tell me what I'm looking at in this car.
Well, this is our 2010 Subaru Outback. This has our 2.5i normally aspirated, horizontally opposed engine, heavily revised this year with the new intake manifold, camshaft, and also sporting 29 miles per gallon on the highway.
Very fuel efficient, and that has a lot to do with the transmission as well, doesn't it?
We have our new continuously variable transmission, which is a chain-driven transmission, which gives us 22 miles per gallon in the city, 29 miles per gallon on the highway, which is even more than a lot of mid-sized sedans that are out there on the market today.
Now, if this Outback doesn't quite have enough oomph for you, you can get something with a little bigger engine.
Oh yes, the 3.6R, which is a 3.6-liter horizontally opposed six-cylinder engine, and that makes 256 horsepower and is quite the get-up-and-go machine.
Now, for those people in our audience who are unfamiliar with the horizontally opposed portion of your language, tell me, explain that to me.
For a horizontally opposed engine is one that sits completely flat. So unlike a V or an inline engine, it sits completely flat, so that lowers the center of gravity of the vehicle, which makes it less likely to roll over, also gives you better handling, and also reduces noise and vibration in the vehicle.
So the motions, instead of being a V or inline, it would be a...
completely flat. They call it a boxer engine because it looks like two boxers punching at each other.
Now, I want to say this is a much more bold design, but I think that's an overused word, and to get really specific about the new Outback, let's talk about some of the features that make it, I would say, more aggressive than in the past. I noticed by looking at the hood, Michael, that it's actually, the way the hood's shaped looks like the shoulders start a lot earlier and gives you much more of a forward-pointing, aggressive look. And you can just tell by looking at this car all the things you love about an Outback, especially the bumper and the trim and the moldings, actually make it feel more off-roading, right?
Yes.
And so let's get to the side here and talk about these wheels. What sort of size wheels are we getting with this car?
We've got 17-inch wheels here with the all-season tires. Also nice large fender arches on the vehicle as well. Give it a nice aggressive stance.
You can just tell by looking at it that you can do off-roading in this car.
Yes.
I mean, it gives you a lot of ground clearance too, right?
8.7 inches, so more than most SUVs, whether crossover or not, so definitely the real deal.
You can get over a small log in the road with that.
Yes, that with our symmetrical all-wheel drive will get you anywhere you need to go.
And that's the famous part about Subarus. Now, some new gadgets on this car that I absolutely adore. Let's take a look at that roof rack.
Well, this is our new 2010 Outback with a very trick roof rail system here. You just pull up on the tabs, move them over to the other side, and this allows you to have your roof rails when you need them and reduce the road noise when you don't need them.
And so really what you can do is adaptability is probably the name of the game with this. And once we get to the back end of this, it almost have a spoiler shape on the back at the top of the glass there, and of course big space in this Subaru as well.
Yes, this is enlarged from the previous generation, so quite a lot of space. Actually gives you the size of most mid-size 5-passenger SUVs in a nice low-to-the-ground wagon.
Michael, on the inside of this vehicle, Subaru seem to have come into the technology age really fast.
Yes.
Loads of stuff in this car that I haven't seen in Subarus in the past. So let's start off talking about paddle shifters.
Paddle shifters on this vehicle. The CVT has a manual mode, so you can pop it in the manual mode for sporty driving, and it acts like a 6-speed manual transmission and go up and down the gears and attack the curves.
So, and it's really something I've never seen before really in a CVT transmission is paddle shifter, so that's a good move there. Lots of buttons on the steering wheel. Let's start off talking about Bluetooth.
Bluetooth is available on every trim level of the Outback. You can use the Bluetooth voice activated. You also have voice activated navigation, which is available, and also voice activated audio controls. You can say CD and it'll pop on the CD for you straight from the radio.
A million things I could dream up to ask this car to do for me. Nice wooden trim and leather on the inside as well. Really nicely decorated inside and plenty of room. Now, how much bigger is the inside from previous years?
Quite a bit bigger, 4 inches more rear leg room and about almost 2 inches of headroom on this vehicle from the previous vehicle as well.
Here are some ways to buy the 2010 Subaru Outback. Well, first of all, let's talk about miles per gallon. With this new engine and the new configuration of the CVT transmission, you can get 29 on the freeway and 22 in the city. That's great for a sports utility wagon. Let's talk about some other things that this car is outstanding in. The all-wheel drive, unmatched by Subaru. And then in this new version, you get the handling of a car, but the abilities of what a truck can do in all road conditions. Now let's take a look at the MSRP.
The 2010 Subaru Outback 2.5i comes with a 2.5-liter boxer engine and a CVT transmission. Base price is $22,995, and our as-tested model is $28,690. You will get 22 in the city and 29 on the highway.